Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host, Rob. Welcome to Market Mornings with Robert Roy. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Let's go ahead and make sure you all can hear me. If you would please type number one in that chat box, that comments box, let me know that you can. I would greatly appreciate it. Keep in mind as you do, thank you very much. Keep in mind as you do, everything we do today is for educational purposes only. Nothing is meant to be advice and or recommendations. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. I hope you're ready to rock. Guys, I hope you like the music and the way we start this off. I love the ding, ding, ding. Like, let's get ready to rumble. Like we're going to go do a wrestling match, right? And it is battle. And that's the reason for it. That's why we chose what we did. You are getting ready to do battle in the market. It is you against the market maker. It is you against the other traders. The more we could put things on your side, the better opportunity you have of winning, right? Just like a fight. You're not going to win every fight, right? But you got to come out ahead of the game, right? On the overall, or else you probably shouldn't fight, right? So I want to make sure that we give you all the ammunition we can for the day to get you at least started and help give you an opportunity to rock a little bit throughout the day. All right. With that being said, let's go take a look. So we'll jump over to TradeStation. Let's go over and get our futures to get started. And it has been an interesting ride. That is for sure. Let's see. Let me grab a drawing tool. It'll open up somewhere on the screen, one of my 6 monitors. All right, let's pull that off there. Let's go ahead and start that. We'll wait for that to pop up. We'll click the next button. And let's see. There we go. Pause. Got it. Okay. So here's our drawing tool. 5 p.m. close last night right here. 6 p.m. open last night right here. So futures open for an hour. You can see at the end of the day yesterday, we kind of had these lower highs, right? We never got to the lower low part because we had ended the day, right? But came very close to that double bottom pattern. But we continued to slide last night, right? After 6 p.m. We put in a bit of a double bottom there, and then we had a nice gain take place. And then right about 3 a.m., again, European market times, right about 3 a.m., we took a nice rise, a second and a third leg, more of a head and shoulders type pattern going on there, right? And then we got the big drop, but we've recovered ever since. And we're bumping our head on ugly right now. Ugly is just an area of, it's kind of iffy. We're bumping our head right there. Now we're only up 2 3/4 points right now. I would like to see the markets down a little bit this week. That's just very selfish on my own, from my own positions. But I'd like to see the market down just a little bit by the end of the week if we could. But overall today, kind of flattish. We're up 1.5 right now. Right? If we look at the YM, very similar pattern on YM. Right? We've dropped off, not recovered as much. We're down 53 points on the YM. So the S&P is doing just a little bit better. And then we get to NQ, which is up 51 points. So it's very interesting contrast between the 3 indexes. If you lay them all out, they've all had various moves through the night. But if we get the whole night's move for each of these 3 on one screen, all right, let's go to ES. All right, you could see there are similarities in the patterns, right? But where the S&P, the ES, the one on the far left top, has done much better than the Dow and the second one, right, from the left. And the NASDAQ has done much better than both, right? So it's been a very much a variation of a market. The Russell, that's really who I need down this week, is the RUT. The Russell is down 7 points right now. 2 thumbs up for that one, that's for sure. Bitcoin, nice surprise to wake up to, 68,380. Very, very, very nice gain. And we're talking 61,000 up to 68,000 just a very, very couple of days ago. So fantastic move on Bitcoin. Ethereum is off the charts as well right now. Gold has taken a good climb again. Good boost in the last little bit. We had this channeling type pattern in here on gold today, this pressure cooker, this compression pattern that we were stuck in. Crude oil, kind of flat-ish from yesterday, which I'm okay with flat, right? I'm just not okay with the upside on crude right now. Give me another 30 days, and I'm okay with crude taking off. I don't care because I already have locked in my oil for the winter. And that gas has continued its slide in there, all right? So overall, interesting start to the morning. Let's go look at some candidates. They're all locked and loaded right here, guys. I've got my ones from my Pop 5K. So I'll be looking at Apple and Beyond Meat. I've got a couple of movers and shakers today, and those are really the ones I want to look at. Is there a way we can capitalize on the newsy type stuff that has come out here today and we take advantage of it? The very first one that is on my power option plays, not Pop 5K, but power option plays, is PayPal, right? So here they are, earnings. So what are we looking at? We closed up around 230-ish, and we're at 215 right now. The news, they beat on one side, gave back on the other. There was talks of eBay and some other businesses not holding their own, PayPal needing to make up the slack right now. Based on all of that, they wound up coming back and they're down. So we're down about 15 points right now. I will be looking at a bear call spread on PayPal. If we have time, we'll come back and look at what that looks like, right? GE, I heard they bring good things to light. They closed up about 108-ish. Huge run up. Why? They're breaking up into three separate companies. Healthcare, I forgot what the other two were, but they're breaking into three separate companies instead of just this big conglomerate, different management, different all that type of stuff, reporting structure, systems, three different profit margins, profit centers. Took a huge spike on the news, and they've backed off. So they were at 126. They're back down to 113. We'll call it 114. So it's a nice move still, but not what it was. That concerns me a little. If we can get some legs and climb, I'll be looking at a bull put spread. If not, we got to look to see if it opens where it is. This is probably potentially a gap that could fill, from 108 to 114. That's probably a gap that could fill, at least give us a half gap fill by the end of the day. PLTR is our next one. Plantair, right? So let's see. Plantair, they had earnings come out. They closed up last evening right about 26.75. They ran up to 28. They dropped down to 26. They're all over the place, but the revisiting of the news this morning definitely set the tone of where it looked like they were headed. So we'll be looking at a bear call spread on PLTR, right? Coinbase. Coinbase closed up last evening roughly 354. They're at 365. Why? For no other reason than Bitcoin is at an all-time high. Ethereum has taken off, right? It's nuts. So is Coinbase a good trade? Maybe. If it's something you can do for the day, I'm okay with it. I probably don't want to hold on very long onto this one. I may look at a directional trade, pullbacks to pivot points and or fib levels. If I could find that, here, let's go look at a day chart of Coinbase. And let me go back and see where we were. So we're at 365 right now on Coinbase. Let's see, they got great options on them. Weeklies available. Let's see. There we go. So 365 on Coinbase, right? So if we scrunch this down, we are, let's see, 52 to 75. What do we have? 60 to 72, 22 points. I don't need to split that level in half. If I did, that would take us to about 362. Right now, we're at 365. So here's the deal. We're at 365. We can pull back to yesterday's high price, pull back and bounce. There's an opportunity at a potential call option. Right, this was a Trade with Rob candidate that we did not long ago. We crushed it. We crushed it on Coinbase. We pulled in. We got it on 1029, right? And we wound up pulling in $2,512.50 on that setup. So, sweet, very, very, very sweet, nice. All right. So I like Coinbase a lot. I just don't know if I like it enough to hold it a week based on today's news. That's all, right? Or almost a week into Friday. So Coin, COIN, that's number 3. 4. CNK is our next one. CNK got an upgrade. I put it on the list. It didn't have a big move. I wanted to see if anything had changed come the end of the, once we got started here and once we opened up. If we closed up 21.5, we're at 22.15. I would say unless this one runs up, pulls back, and bounces, I'm not interested in taking this at all. So I'm going to kind of run a line through it on my sheet. All right, but it was an upgrade for them. Now, Nucor, NUE, was a downgrade. Already overvalued. The sector has hit its peak, blah, blah, blah. So there was a downgrade in them. So they closed up last night about 116. They're about 114 quarter right now. We're looking at a bear call spread, maybe a directional trade with buying a put. And that put purchase would be for the gap fill down here to about 112. So it just all depends where we open up and how the market reacts once we do. When I say the market reacts, how Nucor reacts. RBLX. I was on the phone last evening with someone from our office, and we were talking about something business related. Market was closed, and I saw this come up on CNBC, and I went, oh my goodness, look at this thing. It moved 25% today, right? And for them, it's earnings, right? So Roblox. So we closed up about, call it 77. We're at 101 right now. We're about a 25-point move on a $75 stock. So you're looking at a 33% increase. 31.5% right now is what it shows. So great move to the upside. Here's my problem. I don't know if we're going to get enough premium on a bull put spread at this point. So if we look at RBLX, there we go. RBLX, we're trading at 101 right now. You know, we need, all right, so I need to put in here a 100-point level. So my 100-point levels will always be this darker red. Of course, it's always valued at 100. I will set the line at a medium, not medium, sorry, a dot dash line. So that's my 100-point level. So we're there right now. So we only have a move up to 104. So is the opportunity there? Yes. Could it run higher? Yes, it could. Our next stopping point isn't until 114. Let's see. We need to actually add a Fibit inside of there. We need to split that level. It's too far of a distance. From 104 to 115 is 11 points. We've got a Fibit of 7. So if my distance between any two fib lines is greater than what I call an RR Fibit over here. You'll see this 989 on Roblox on the bottom left there. That 689 says that's the most it can be between any two fib lines. And the reason for that is if it has a greater amount than that, the distance to travel is too far from my risk profile before I take an exit. So by splitting that level in half, that's 2 times Wilder's average true range with a setting of 13. So what does that do for me? It tells me that that's 2 days movement. So if I have a good news, good directional move, good market, whatever it is, and we move the normal intraday move from low to high, 2 days in a row, we can get to one of our exits at that point, right? So now we're at 104 to 109, 5 points, 689. We've got the opportunity over the next day to 2 to 3, and that's really my number is 3. I don't expect low to high every day, right? But I do expect that there's going to be some movement, and if I'm right in direction and I pick the right position at the right place, the right timing, then I give myself the best opportunity to be right in the trade. Okay, so we're at that 100, that 109. We're at that 100. You only got it up to 104. If you get above the 104 and you keep rocking, 104, 106, pull back to the 104 and bounce, that 109 is target. But just keep in mind, be cognizant of that 103.87 level. It is the high we had, the all-time high that we had right there. And we probably don't need that far in. There we go. It's the all-time high that we've hit, and it's the top of our fib line. So there's definitely going to be some hesitation around that level today. All right? Just as an FYI. Okay. So let's go back here. Roblox, TRIP, TRIP. All right. So on TRIP, let's see. On TRIP, we're at 34.84 yesterday's close-ish, so call it 35. It's at 32. TRIP was earnings. Not good, of course. Yeah, they did not see the numbers that they expected. But remember, this is great, and it's the news, and it hits now. It's the forward-looking statements. But remember what just happened as of yesterday. The U.S. now opened up to outside countries to come in. right? So fully vaccinated individuals can come across our border now. So that their expected travel is going to take off. I want to look at a couple of travel companies if we have the time. So I'll be looking at a bear call spread on Trip. And then I saved the best for last. Robinhood. Oh my goodness, Rob, what happened to Robinhood? They gave away, I mean, your information was stolen from them. And not all information, they're telling us they believe it's only your email address. But there is fear that they're going to try to contact you as Robinhood and go, ooh, log into your account, give us your account number or something, right, to try to get your information. But based on that, they've taken a pretty big hit this morning. You can see the hit was all last night, one shot. We drifted down, drifted sideways, up, down a little bit, but nothing in there that's earth-shattering comparative to what happened last night, right? So I'll be looking at a bear call spread on them today. I don't think this one goes away that easily for Robinhood, right? So with that, you guys can go ahead and drop some candidates in, and I'll grab them as soon as I can. I want to take a look at stocks like Delta Airlines, which is my go-to on airline stocks. Personally, I like Delta very much. So they're up near this recent high they put in there. So a little caution on that 46-ish level. A little bit of caution there, but, comeback kids, right? I mean, if they're opening up air travel, we got to expect. So I'm looking for some pullbacks and retracements again after the announcement from yesterday. No different with Marriott, MAR, right? We're looking to see, are we going to, I don't need that on. I don't know why I got that checked. I must have had it still from yesterday. Let's see. Are we going to get some recovery from here? 2 days ago, we had to move up, the pullback yesterday. I'd love to see a retrace or a wick stretch down closer to that 166 and a bounce, and 172 is our target area from there. Carnival Cruise Line, CCL. I like Carnival. I've done extremely well on naked puts with them. That's probably what I'm going to be looking at shortly on Carnival. I'm going to be looking somewhere down below this 24 level. So if we go back to Carnival, to CCL, and let's see if I could find a naked put that'll work. I'm looking for something that's got a delta of about a 20. I got a 34. So I don't really have, for this week, there's only 3 days left. It says 3 days. It's today and Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but there's 3 full days left. This is the way TradeStation looks at it. Not really getting a whole lot here. So I might have to wait for this one until Monday to pick something up. 22 delta gets me 29 cents. I'm okay with that, but it's almost 2 full weeks, so it's too far out for me. Right? So I do like them a lot. All right. So what do we got here? All right. So financial preparedness is asking on Intel, INTC. Okay. So I guess first things should be first. I definitely need to check these out on what's going on pre-market. So it's kind of flat. Really nothing happening on Intel. Okay. So overall bias right now, financial prep is neutral, right? Which means nothing more than day trades. I like the location of the green, the 21 moving average, and this 5097 fib line, which is a 0.618. I like the location of the 55 moving average and this fib line, which is 5275. I don't have a lot of room in there, but this is the traded hand. If I can get a retest of the 51 and a bounce, 52 3/4 becomes resistance. If not, I'm waiting for a break below the 8 and looking at 48.78 as our support. Obviously, that would not be your target. That would be your support level. Just like 52.75 is not target, that's resistance. Your target needs to be down somewhere below that based on your own personal risk profile and risk tolerance, right? Paul is asking for Apple. All right, so Apple 150.39. I had a trade on Apple last week, a bear call spread. Managed to wind out of it with only a 20-cent hit because it had a little bit of a pop last week, but worked out okay. So Apple, let's see what we've got here. This is one of them on my list today. Paulo, this is the most recent Trade with Rob candidate that we have out there right now is Apple. Give me the bounce off the 150, 152.5 as my first target, and then 156 is my second target. If you're only doing one contract or you want to get out of everything in one shot, it would be at the 152 half level, right? So I'm looking at this one today for a bounce, and so far we've got it, right? We've got it. So a little bit more of a move, and we'll break even right now. Actually, it's where we were on the close yesterday. The bounce came after yesterday's dip overall. All right. And then let's see. Let's see. Say, hey, Rob, where can I see the spreadsheet, the Trade with Rob trades? Say, hey, we don't have it posted anywhere. We're trying to figure out if we're going to put it onto the Trade with Rob website, if we're going to put it into the members area. It's actually a conversation for this upcoming Monday next week to figure out where we've got it. I can share it with you now so you can see it, but I don't have anywhere that it's viewable, that we've got it published right now, right? So let's see. That's every trade right there, right down to line 33. I think we were okay where we were. Yeah, we were good there. All right, so that's all the trades, all the setups on there. We've got nothing open right now with the exception of we're looking at Apple. I don't think we have anything else that we're waiting on outside of Apple. I think that's the only one. Coinbase we did. Yeah, it's Apple. That's the only one that we're waiting to fill right now on. You're quite welcome. Yeah, so Say Hey said Apple looks like the right trade setup for a Trade with Rob. So, and that's why we published it, right? So it's in the right place. We're just waiting to see we get the bounce, and then we've got the opportunity. I'm not happy with the failure that happened here, as happy as I would have been if we pushed up closer to that fib line, but we've already had that move there, so we're good to go. All right, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Stay focused on the quest to becoming a great trader. Keep crushing it, and remember, you're just one trade away. Take care, and I'll see you at our next update. Hey, listen, if you like what you see, ring the bell, subscribe, drop a comment down below. What's the candidate you thought of the day that you think would be a great one for you to look at and you to get started with today? All right, take care, and I'll see you at our next one. Come tomorrow. Bye for now.